Hello mga kasubs and welcome to the Sarsicles TV. How was your New Year? I hope it was safe, warm, happy, and filled with lots of food and stuff. so from where I am, it's the third day of the month, and still I remember sending a message to David Gilman, one of our members and a good friend, that I'm still in the process of digesting. Hence, the took me like 3 days to before I upload new content. So still in holiday mode, no? I think most of us are, even when it's no longer a holiday and we're supposed to be in the office and work and stuff. I'm on the night shift, if you're in case you're wondering. So for tonight, we will be listening and reacting to Joe's Garage by Frank Zappa, recommended by David. Thanks, David, for this one. Also, thank you to all your support, members, sponsors, viewers, subscribers. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Without any further delays, let us give this song a go in 3, 2, 1.
It wasn't very large, there was just enough room to cram the drums in the corner over by the Dodge. It was a 54 with a mashed up door and a cheesy little lamp, with a sign on the front said Fender Champ and a second-hand guitar. It was a Stratocaster with a whammy bar.
We could jam in Joe's garage. His mama was screaming, his dad was mad. We was playing the same old song in the afternoon, and sometimes we would play it all night long. It was all we knew and easy to, so we wouldn't get it wrong. All we did was bend the string like, hey, down in Joe's garage. We didn't have no dope or LSD, but a couple of quarts of beer would fix it so the intonation would not offend your ear. And the same old chords going over and over became a symphony. We could play it again and again and again, 'cause it sounded good to me. One more time. We could jam in Joe's garage. His mama was screaming, turn it down. We was playing the same old song in the afternoon, and sometimes we would play it all night long. It was all we knew and easy too, so we wouldn't get it wrong, even if you played it on the saxophone. We thought we was pretty good. We talked about keeping the band together, and we figured that we should. 'Cause about this time we was getting the eye from the girls in the neighborhood. They'd all come over and dance around like, so we picked out a stupid name, had some cards printed up for a couple of bucks, and we was on our way to fame. Got matching suits and beaver boots and a sign on the back of the car, and we was ready to work in a go-go bar.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if you've got some more.
People seemed to like our song. They got up and danced and made a lot of noise, and it wasn't for very long. A guy from a company we can't name said we ought to take his pen and sign on the line for a real good time, but he didn't tell us when. These good times would be something that was really happening. So the band broke up, and it looks like we will never play again.
Guess you only get one chance in life to play a song that goes like. Well, the years is rolling by, heavy metal and glitter rock has caught the public eye. Snotty boys with lipstick on, really flying high. But then they got that disco thing and new wave came along. And all of a sudden our brother time had come for that old song. We used to play it just right, and if I am not wrong, you will soon be dancing to the
Lights on is for loading and unloading only. If you can load or unload,
so the years is rolling by. The years is rolling by. Talking years is rolling by.
this is the Central Scrutinizer. That was Joe's first confrontation with the law. Naturally, we were easy on him. One of our friendly counselors gave him a donut and told him to stick closer to church-oriented social activities.
That was the end of the song. So there were several, the song started and ended with that whisper, and somewhere in the middle there was also one. The I was able to understand the last one, so that was his first confrontation with the law, yeah. But the first part, the only word I understood was the word garage. So let me know in the comments. I might as well, just Google if it was written as part of the lyrics as well. Anyway, uh, I kind of relate to the song because during the especially the first part where um the band was describing or giving us a visual, painting us a picture of how this garage looks like, where they practice or where they jam. Having a so I relate to it because I think every band would, because that's where they usually start their journey, practice in the garage. If they don't have the garage, probably in their inside, they're gonna cram inside a room or a studio or what have not. But for me, yeah, I remember starting from at our garage. So we do not have a car back then, but we called it an owner type Jeep. So during the war, we those military jeeps. We converted that into public utility vehicle. So it's just imagine that military jeep, but we extended the body so that it can accommodate more passenger, and then turn it into a public utility vehicle. And then there is the owner type jeep, which is like some sort of a civilian version. um, I think it's wider but not as tall as the conventional uh, military jeep. Although there are also one that is one and almost the same, but that's where. So we had that in our garage, and then we did not have secondhand guitar back then, so we started with acoustic. An acoustic guitar, and then I remember my dad giving us like if we are to convert, how much was that? $100, $100. He gave me and my brother $100 each to buy ourselves electric guitars. So back then, there were we do not have, or probably we do not know a lot about guitar stores, but we were lucky to buy quality guitars. In my case, I invested that entire $100 in buying a guitar. So it's just I was able to buy only a guitar, guitar cable, and a strap. And then my brother, he decided to go somewhere in Manila. We call that Raon, and he was able to buy a copy, a Les Paul copy, and because the guitars there are made locally, so it's much more affordable. So he was able also to buy an overdrive and a distortion. Of course, apart from the cables needed, the jumpers, the strap, yeah, yeah. So there, that's where we started. But what I can relate to, instead of second-hand drums, we actually had DIY drums, because are expensive back then. We used like these containers for motor oils, for the toms and snare. For the snare, we just put some metal stuff inside, like springs, nails, washers, nuts, etc. So that when you strike it, it's gonna be close to a snare. And then the floor tom was a also, I think, some sort of motor oil content, but it's larger than the usual toms. And then for the bass drum, we used a those gasoline containers, those square plastic gasoline containers, and then we just made up the foot base using wood. And then for the clapper, those bottle caps, we hammered them flat, and then we used an iron, how do we call that, an iron rod. We skewered it, and then we just placed it on top of a flat plywood, so that would sound like some sort of a, supposedly like a clapper as well. So that's how our band started. And just like in the song, there were arguments what to play. Uh, when it's your first time playing, we all the question always is, what are we gonna play? And then the reply is always 98% of the time, kahit ano, meaning anything. So there, because we when you play solo, you know a lot of songs, but when you're playing together, that's where you got that creative block, and you don't know what what to play. You end up playing just intros, and then you're not able to complete or play one entire song. But as the days go by, weeks go by, we come up with a what we call pondo, or fund in English. It's like the songs we are ready to play. The list of our playlist. So that's like our fund, as we call it. Now, going back to the song, I like it because it's laid back, and it's very straightforward. The lyrics, you can really connect to it. It's like a trip down memory lane. It gives you that nostalgic feel, and it's just it brings you back to those good old days. Back then, it's semi stressful because of trying to form a song, trying to connect with the band, form some sort of synergy. But now we have more wisdom, and the years have passed. You have played in different venues, and when you look back, it just makes you smile, and how you wish that you could go back and do that all over again. Yeah. Another thing that really caught me was, this is not the exact lyrics, but it is that's what it was saying during a part in the song, about your mama shouting to turn it down. I remember our mom. She didn't ask us to stop or to tone down the maybe not shouting. She's just telling us. But I remember her shouting at my brother because my brother was very religious in practice. Like, we have separate rooms, so in the morning you will know he's awake when you start to hear guitar playing in his room, and that is on a daily basis. And I think that's the reason as well why he became good in playing the guitar. What I cannot forget was, when we were playing once in our garage slash backyard, if they're connected. We were playing, so our neighbor threw water at us. So we have so there's a perimeter, but the wall was like about maybe approximately 10 feet high, and then as we were playing, we saw water coming right at us. And then I remember my mom saw that, so she scolded our neighbor, and then she cursed them, because she was pissed because, she said, what if my kids get electrocuted, yada yada yada. So she really cursed, and then after that we were just laughing, and then we just continued playing. We usually play in the afternoon because we know, just to respect the others, as our neighbors. We don't really go beyond, or we make it a point not to go beyond midnight, except for, if holidays and celebrations like birthdays, New Year. There are even some who go to our house to, to listen, that sound trip, as we play, because it's I remember we playing rock back then, so I very relatable lyrics. Even the playfulness of Frank Zappa's music here. I like the part where, they talked about bends and stuff. It really tells you about, start the ground, starting from ground up, the bends, and then they're literally like in that particular part of the song. There's like literal bends, like so that was like a nice touch to it, because the lyrics is very, human level, very relatable, and then they try to mix it, to synchronize the song to that level as well. That's why it's very, I don't know, it's very elementary. It sticks to your head, and as even the song is not playing right now, it's still playing in your head. So very cool music, and there you have it. I talked a lot. That's my reaction. Let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments if you haven't done it yet. These are the stuff you can do to show loving to our channel, and that is Posh. But. Don't forget to tell your family and friends about the Sarsicles TV. Sharing is caring, and most importantly, stay safe, everyone. I'll see you on the next video.